Now, my next guest videos are taking off, exposing the radical ideology which is pushed by much of the mainstream left. Joining me now is Turning Point USA ambassador and content creator James Klug. James, the left continue to target young kids, and we've seen children being exposed to borderline pornographic material under the guise of inclusive educational content. We haven't escaped this madness here in Australia. A popular chain, Big W, was forced to remove an explicit how-to sex guide for school kids from its shelves following a consumer backlash. You took to the streets to understand why Democrats in the US want these types of books in schools. Let's have a look.
So you think maybe middle schoolers, maybe they're 11 years old, should they be seeing how to blow a strap-on?
No, I don't. No.
We're not trained, and I don't know, are you a trained librarian to make a conclusion like that?
It's incredible, isn't it, what they will defend in pursuit of this ideological position. It's a hill they want to die on.
Yes, it is. And Rita, thank you so much for having me on. It's there's a couple. I'll just back up really quick. I went out to the Moms for Liberty Summit, went and talked to some mothers inside the event, as well as talking to protesters outside, as well as some pedestrians, just to maybe get an outside perspective. But you know, a lot of people are willing to totally defend this adult content being in schools. We were talking to people about one book, Trans Bodies, Trans Selves, which instructs youth on how to make and find and make their own adult content, and people support this. One interesting thing, though, this video got struck on YouTube for being age inappropriate. It got age restricted, so it's age restricted on YouTube, but your children could possibly go to their local school and get the uncensored version of the books.
Well, that's the issue. The book I mentioned earlier that was withdrawn from shelves, you can still buy it in lots of other places, but Big W took it off its shelves. I couldn't even show the images from this book that's aimed at 10-year-olds and up. And in fact, the author said mature 8-year-olds could even read this book. And I can't even read out extracts from it because it's that graphic. But apparently it's okay for children. Now, you've recently conducted what you believe is your most insane fake petition yet, taking on the trans agenda. Let's have a quick look.
We're advocating for penalties for those who interfere with minors medically transitioning. Actually, not doctors, but fines and possible imprisonment for failure to comply for the parents.
Nice glasses there. Obviously satire, but it just shows you what they are willing to accept. Yes, let's put the parents in prison if they don't submit to transitioning their child.
Totally. Radical gender theory, transgenderism is going just way too far in the States and across the world. And really what that video is about, right? Like it's fake, but it's to show you just how far it's going. If I tried to do that video, let's say 3 years ago, 4 years ago, people would call the cops on me. It's just going so out of control, but these people support it and they're just like, yep.
Oh, yeah, and I've seen, I don't know if you're familiar with the work of Army Horowitz. We've had him on this program, and he went to, I think it was Berkeley, it was a university campus, could have been UCLA, and again, he was taking names for a transgender 5-year-old who wanted to transition and her parents wouldn't let her. And people were all signing, going, yes, of course a 5-year-old should be able to transition. I mean, how dare her parents stand in her way? So it's scary, it's amusing, but we've got to mock it, we've got to highlight it. And you also took to the streets to prove that most folks have no idea the racist comments, sometimes virulently racist comments Joe Biden has made over the years. Let's have a look at some of the reactions when Californians discover who is responsible for these astonishingly racist quotes.
This person, he referred to Barack Obama as the first mainstream African American that is articulate and bright and clean, who is articulate and bright and clean and bright and clean. Scale from 1 to 10.
That's racist as It's like a 10. It's 20.
20. Okay, we're breaking the scale.
Broke the scale.
You said rated?
1 to 10.
9.
Okay, so
I'd say 9.
Definitely 9.
who do you guys think said the comment about Barack Obama, saying he was the first
Trump.
Trump? Okay, what do you think?
Probably him.
I hope it wasn't Donald Trump. I like it too much.
When it came to articulate and bright and clean, who do you think said that if you were to guess? I know you guys aren't from the United States, but if you were to guess.
Trump. I don't know.
It was Joe Biden.
No. No.
It's a real quote.
No.
It was Joe Biden.
Joe Biden? Really?
You guys, I'm sorry. Joe Biden said that. It's a real quote.
Joe Biden again. No.
I swear.
What?
Joe Biden. Those are real quotes from Joe Biden.
We knew that was racist. We in inflation right now. Racist ass.
Tell you about dinosaurs.
We didn't want you anyway. Kamala racist too. She liked the more black people than any other DA that was on the stand. Hey, that's facts.
It was Joe Biden.
Yeah, so there you go.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I didn't.
Is that shocking?
It's very shocking.
And it's not like he ever really stopped with the race baiting. He has switched it up a little, but he still falls into the old traps, like when he said, if you don't vote for him, then you ain't black.
Yeah, I had multiple quotes to be running by people that day. And I'll be totally honest, I think we were there for maybe about 3 hours or so, however long it takes to take film a video. I didn't run into a single person that was aware of these quotes. And we're talking to a lot of minorities, a lot of Black Americans. Keep in mind, 85% of Black Americans voted for Joe Biden. Nobody heard of these quotes. Why is that? How on earth has nobody heard of any of these insane quotes that I'm telling them?
Well, this is it. If someone, Trump or any other Republican candidate, had uttered any one of these comments, and it wasn't just one or two, like you said, there's a number of quotes that are just, you can't believe he said it. And there's no awareness. If a Republican had said that, it would be the first thing you would know about them. Anytime there was a story about them, there'd probably be a reference to this quote. Certainly there would be widespread knowledge amongst the public about what they had said. There'd be grovelling apologies issued, but you wouldn't be forgiven. But with the Democrats, that mainstream media, their propaganda arm, protects them. Now, we have seen the American left's ugly dehumanisation of their political opponents over many years now, but it really did intensify after Donald Trump was elected in 2016. And we're seeing now how they're weaponising the justice system to go after him, and these politically motivated prosecutions to keep him out of the White House. And James, you exposed just how deep and ugly this hate is when you filmed this next clip in Lefty Heartland, Portland, after a Trump supporter was murdered. This is during the BLM riots, you know, the Summer of Love. Let's just have a look.
The other night, we have a BLM organizer talking to a group of protesters, essentially telling everyone, hey, if you see Trump supporters around here, jump on their heads. Yeah. There's a shooting of a Trump supporter recently.
Awesome. I don't think I've heard of another Trump supporter being shot. So the what? He got shot. Is he alive?
I believe he died.
Oh, tough luck. Don't be a Trump supporter in Portland.
Oh, it is chilling. I remember seeing that a couple of years ago, and it stays with you, just the depths of hatred and dehumanisation of their fellow Americans who just happen to be Republicans, who happen to be conservatives.
For sure. And that's the message. You know, don't be a Trump supporter in Portland. You're not welcome here, or else if you get murdered, we're going to celebrate your death. I mean, a lot of these places in the United States, they just gone so out of control. And during that time, Antifa, BLM, they were rioting for, I believe, at the Marco Hatfield Federal Courthouse in Portland for about 100 days straight. This is a federal building. They tried to light the building on fire with federal agents inside. I saw all this hatred firsthand. I went out and talked to people about these riots, got their thoughts, and that would be a lot of the sentiment was, okay, hey, awesome. It's okay when we riot, but hey, if you guys have one, we're going to absolutely lose our minds and never, ever, ever stop talking about it. That's essentially how it's going in the United States today.
Well, that's it. The January 6th riot, apparently, you know, that was the biggest threat to democracy ever seen. But this summer of rioting and the $2 billion worth of damage, people killed, people injured, just mayhem for
Over
so long in
deaths.
so many places. That was mostly peaceful deaths, obviously. James, thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking to you again.
Thank you so much for having me, Rita. I really appreciate it.